Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today I have a super exciting video for you where we're going to look at the pre-made journals that have already launched. These are undated journals. I'm expecting many of you will use them for 2026, but they're not strictly for 2026. And I've been getting a lot of questions about the different features, different pages, how you use those pages. So this video will be fairly in-depth, I guess, to go into kind of all the different options. This is where I want to send people when they ask me questions about these journals. So we will be flipping through every single page, but before we get to that, I do want to highlight a few features and common questions that I've been getting. So first of all, the journals come in 4 different colors, and each journal comes with a matching linen bag. That is the packaging that I chose to go with for this journal. So each one has a ribbon that corresponds with your journal color. And then the other free item that you'll get with every journal order is a white gel pen. Lately, I have been loving the Languo P600B white gel pens. So this is what I'm going to throw in for you. That's what you guys voted for in my Instagram stories. So like I said, there are 4 different colors of the pre-made journals. We have espresso, matcha, glacier, and petal. And inside, everything is exactly the same. It's just the cover color that changes. And all of them have this little like heathered linen cover. Now, before we move inside the journal, let me highlight a few of the exterior features. First of all, they each have this little leaf design in the corner. And the reason I put it here is because I do now offer custom cover designs. Like this one that I have on my own empty journal. You'll see the empty journals and pre-made journals have different designs in the corner, but they are carried in the same colors, and both types will be linked down below if you're interested. So you can choose to personalize your journal by adding text and doodles to the cover. They also all have an elastic band, an elastic pen loop, and 2 ribbon bookmarks, as well as a frog style pocket in the back of the journal. And one other customization feature to point out on the outside of the journal is the charms. I do have a ton of charms that you can choose for your ribbon bookmarks. You can see I did a green pom-pom, a little ribbon, and an R for my name, but I do have a charms tour over on my Instagram. It's pinned in a highlight, so if you want to know what types of charms I have, you can go and watch that pinned highlight. Now I'm going to be flipping through the journal in one that I've already started coloring, so here and there you'll get a taste of what the journal will actually look like when you've colored it, when you're currently using it, but most of this journal is still left blank, so you'll see how it's going to actually arrive at your door. But we start off with this name page. All of the paper is super thick. It's 160 GSM, just like all of my other journals, with the 5mm dark dot grid, and it's stark white, just like I always like. So we've got a little name page here. This I intended to be like kind of a yearly title page, so I'm going to put 2026 in here, a word of the year, and then maybe a couple Bible verses or quotes for the year. Alternatively, at the end of the year, if you wanted to write down like a few accomplishments and so that you can look back at this as kind of a time capsule or a few highlights from the year, that would be an idea for this page as well. Pretty open-ended, but some sort of title for 2026. Next, we have the future log, which actually looks more like this before it's been colored. And again, the intention was to keep it very open-ended. Because this journal doesn't need to be used from January to December of 2026, I wanted you to be able to put whichever month you start with over here. So even if you're starting your journal in May of 2026, you can put that one first and still have your future log appear in the right order. I also left this spot empty for if you want to draw a calendar in. Alternatively, you could use this for like one type of event and this for another. For example, birthdays here and other events here. Or you could put a big number 1 for January, 2 for February, doodle for January, whatever. I tried to really balance having things completely done for you, but also leaving room for a lot of like flexibility and customization on your end. So I think you'll notice that as we go throughout the journal. Next, we have year in pixels trackers. You get 2 of these and you're supposed to choose kind of like a topic for each one. So the most common way to use a year in pixels is just to use it as kind of like a year-long mood tracker. So again, you want to put your starting month over here. So if you're starting in January, put a J all the way through to December. And then every single day of the year has a box for that day. And you can put different moods in here, like awesome day, sick day, frustrated day, anxious day, whatever, and then color each box accordingly. Alternatively, you could use this for things like fitness. What type of, exercise did you focus on that day? Or for the weather or something, or how many pages you read that day, how many hours of sleep you got, how many steps you got. You could use this as your period tracker. There are so many different ways to use these year in pixel spreads. That's why I gave you 2, so that you can choose a different topic for each one. The next page is just kind of a fun one. It's just an about me page. And the reason I included this is because I want this journal to be not only like your day-to-day planning companion, but also a really cool keepsake after the year is done. So you can kind of capture where you're at right now to use as kind of a way of looking back on each year. So favorite song, food, birthday, a couple stats, and then you get to doodle yourself over here. Next, we have just a small goals page where you can choose a few things to focus on for the year. A When Did I Last page is one of my most used yearly spreads, and I mostly use it for like routine tasks that don't need to be done very often, so they're often forgotten. So things like get an oil change, change my contacts, things like that. And I would write, again, each month of the year above a column. So whenever you're starting your journal, the next 12 months like that, and then write the task over here. And what I do is I use a light color to draw a circle for the month that I should do that thing. And then when I'm planning out that month, so I'm in my monthly calendar, I can actually choose a date to do that task. So that's what the When Did I Last page is. Then if I do it that month, I'll either cross it off. If I don't do it that month, I'll draw an arrow to move it to the next month. It's for big routine tasks that you don't want to forget about. The Tetris tracker is a fun one. Again, you can choose a topic for this one. So I've seen some people do like self-care Tetris, and then again, you make your own legend here. So write different things that you want to prioritize throughout the year. So like going for a walk or getting a massage or whatever. Or if you're doing fitness Tetris, you could have take a Pilates class or, you know, at home body weight workout, whatever. And then every time you do that thing, it's kind of like the Year in Pixels where you get to color in a square, but the Year in Pixels has fixed spots for each day. And this one, you're just trying to fill your whole Tetris grid by the end of the year. We've got 2 reading spreads. I know not everyone reads, but so many people requested these spreads, so I just did 2. We've got a bookshelf over here. You can write the title of the book and color it in when you read it, and then do a quick little favorite books kind of book review page. Then we've got favorite movies. You can doodle the movie or just write the title and give it a rating, and then a playlist for the year. Then we have 2 of these bingo sheets, which again are just kind of fun ways to like set goals. So you could have like a book bingo sheet where you actually write in either specific books you want to read or genres or something like that, and then check it off, color it in, whatever, when you finish it, and try to get a blackout. Or like recipe bingo, you could challenge yourself to make, 25 different recipes that you've never tried before, write the recipe in, and then when you make it, color it in. You can use these for whatever you want. Again, you've got 2 of them. The next 2 2-page spreads are very open-ended. They do not have a title. I just put a bunch of different kind of note papers hanging off of this paperwork, and I made sure to include 12 of them so that if you want to use this for something like month to month, you can. Or if you have a different idea for this, like again, if you're a reader, this could be a place to put kind of just your favorite book quotes from the year or something like that. If you're memorizing verses, you could write down, kind of 1 verse on each page, something like that. Or you can use each one for a certain month. So a highlight of the month could go on here. You could even paste in pictures, whatever you want. There are 2 2-page spreads like that. And then you have a total of 8 completely blank pages at the beginning of the year. For me, I'm going to use these to add a massive cleaning tracker. I know some people like to do like budgeting pages. You guys did have other options that you wanted to include in this journal, but there were no other options that like clearly won the vote. Instead, I decided to just do these 8 blank pages so that you can do your own. Now we're getting into the monthly themes, and every single theme, well, everything about this journal really, everything was decided on Instagram. So if you weren't there for that and you want to be next year, please go follow me on Instagram. My Instagram stories is where all of this goes down. We have a question box. What theme would you like to see for January? Then I take the top 4 suggestions, and the next day we would do a poll and vote on it. That's how this entire journal, the different layouts, the different themes, it all got picked that way. So January's theme was Cozy Cottage. That's what you guys voted for. Every single month has a blank but bordered page. So again, you can use this for whatever you need. If you need more space to do like tracking, for example, use this for another tracker. If you don't really feel you need anything, you could just like write a little quote or something on here, whatever. Then we've got our January cover page, a 2-page calendar that is not dated. So you can choose Sunday or Monday start and date it for yourself. And then an open box, you can use this for whatever. You can use this for a goal for the month, a quote for the month, focus, main tasks to tackle, whatever. Then we've got trackers. So there are 6 normal trackers and then 1 kind of leveled tracker. And this is honestly very similar to the year in pixels type of tracking, except for on a monthly scale. So again, you're going to have a different color for each thing and you choose the topic. So if you want to track how many steps you took and have like, 10,000 plus, 8,000 to 10,000, 6,000 to 8, give them each a color and then color every day. So this is just like a tracker that has different color options instead of just checking off, did you take your vitamins? Color it in for yes kind of deal, Then we've got a memories page where you can paste in a couple pictures or just write down highlights from the month. And then we get the weekly spreads. So every month has 5 weekly spreads. Every weekly spread, the layout stays the same for the whole month, but the doodles change. So there is an open spot again, could be notes, could be tasks, could be whatever you need. Down over there, and then we've got 5 weekly spreads. And I realized I didn't say this already, but this journal is completely hand drawn. This took me like months and months and months because I could only do it while my boys were napping. So I drew all of these designs, all 224 pages, on my iPad and then had them mass printed for you guys, which was a lot of work, but I am so happy with how it came out. This is one page that I doodled just for like a reel on Instagram, and I love how cute the color palette and everything just turned out. For February, you guys voted for a bows theme. For me, I know I'm gonna make this whole background like a patterned piece of fabric, maybe like gingham or something, color it in, add little designs on the letters. I'm really excited for this one. And then all the same pages. So blank page, title page, calendar, empty box, trackers, memories, and then this is the weekly layout that you guys voted on for February. For March, you guys requested a plants theme, so that's what we've got here. And March is where I introduce something that you'll be seeing a lot more in this journal, which is light gray calligraphy. And this is one of the features that probably seems small, but it is the most exciting feature to me because you get to color over it to practice your own calligraphy. So this right here was light gray. I just traced over it with a marker, added some white gel pen, and there you go. So for me, I almost never make my journal themes with just like big black calligraphy on the heading. Like the heading is almost always what kind of defines the page for me, and so I wanted that to come through in this journal even though it was in black and white. So this is the solution that I came up with. April, you guys requested tulips. And speaking of black and white, I have gotten lots of requests for an already colored version. Some of you don't have the time or don't think that you would color it very neatly, and I totally get that. If I had had time this year, I would have loved to make a full color version. But that's something I'm going to add to my to-do list for next year if it is possible. Like I said, I've got 2 kids now, and so I only work on this during their naps. And I don't currently have any help with my business, so I do what I can, and hopefully next year that will include a colored version as well. For May, you guys requested a pond theme. So that's what we've got here. We've got our calendar with a big lily pad for you to write on, trackers, memories page, and then we are back to the January sort of weekly layout. We did choose 4 different weekly layouts that we cycled through 3 times in the journal, and there's 5 weekly spreads every month. So in this month, you get a different little guy looking up at you. Then for June, you guys requested a seashell theme. So I did kind of this like tile mosaic sort of look. For July, you guys voted for an ice cream truck theme. And I love how the July weekly spreads turned out. Let me show you. So again, lots of like fun stacked calligraphy for you to practice. And if you're at the stage where you're ready to like actually practice your calligraphy and do the thin upstrokes, the thin downstrokes, that's great. But if you're not, just like color this in like you would a doodle, don't feel like you need to trace over it and get everything just perfect the first time. Just color it in, but it is a good way to practice that. August is one of my favorites, and I'm both excited to color it and also dreading it because I know it's going to take me a million years, but we voted for this little ocean theme, and I love the calendar page on this one. trackers, memories, and the weekly spread. And if you guys are using this journal, please do tag me on Instagram when you share it. I would love to see how your coloring goes. For September, we chose sardines, and I did start coloring this one in. This was like the one theme that I was really pushing for, and you guys voted for it, probably just out of pity for me because I really wanted to do it. And I just love how it turned out. I love the font that I used. It was honestly a lot more work because calligraphy just comes so like naturally to me, but it was really fun. And these weekly spreads are some of my favorites with like the little tin of sardines up in each corner. Now, I got these journals in October and started working on them right away, so I did fully color the October monthly pages. I can show you though what this would look like uncolored, because I did add a few things. Let me show you. So the theme that won the October vote was journaling at a cafe. So you can see I added like the gingham background and the leaves around my Hello October. But yeah, this is how it started off. Again, opportunity to trace the calligraphy for you. A blank page you can turn into whatever you need. The calendar page. I don't even like coffee, but I love coffee doodles. So this theme is definitely one of my favorites. The weekly spreads. This is a done weekly spread that I used in October. And then November, I also just colored in. It is almost November as I'm filming this video, so I just colored this one in a couple days ago. I turned my open page into a tasks page because that's what I like to have. I like to have a big place to dump my like big picture work tasks and then break down which week of the month I want to complete them in. So I'll write like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up on the top row, write the task, and then put a dot under which week it should be completed in, so that when I'm setting up my weekly spreads, I can flip back here to see what tasks I want to focus on, and then flip here to see what events I have that day. So this is the calendar spread. I turn my box into a focus for the month. For me, again, because I have a small business, I like to choose kind of one thing to prioritize in a month. So for example, my digital bullet journal or something like that. Then we've got the trackers and a memories page, and then the weekly spreads. And again, all of the weekly spreads have some sort of open space. The knitting theme has 2 separate open spaces that you can use for whatever you need. And the final theme is this gingerbread theme. We originally did this together in a custom bullet journal over on TikTok Live. If you've never joined me for TikTok Lives, I would love to have you guys. We have been working on custom journals. Now we've been packing up these journals to send to you guys, doing all your personalizations like your charms, custom name pages, cover designs. We've been doing all those things together. So again, the link to my Instagram, my TikTok, and all these journals will be down below if you're interested. We've got our calendar, and these letters are meant to look like cookies, trackers, memories, and then the weekly spreads with a nice little cookie sheet here for you to write your notes for the week on. And that is all for the journal. Like I said, there's a frog pocket in the back, and that was 224 pages. So my empty journals have 192 pages. That's the most that I've ever done before. But this one has 224, a whole extra 30 pages that are hand drawn and ready for you to use for your next planner. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them for you.